Hello, LIFT grant applicants. This is Amy Sperry, the Executive Director for the Union County Education Foundation, and I'm going to give you a quick overview of our LIFT grant application, give you some tips and tricks and advice to help you be successful. So when you're logging in, and I've gotten permission from Frank Cass Stevens at Benton Heights School of the Arts to show you his application from last year, 2023. So at the top, you'll see our LIFT grant rubric, and that should pop up. If for some reason you can't get this to open up, it's also on the LIFT page of our website. So that gives you an idea of some of the things we're looking for when the volunteers are looking at your LIFT grant application. So hopefully that is super helpful. So as we scroll down, some basic information about you, first name, last name, your email address. You can use a personal email or a school email, that's fine. But we do ask for your cell phone number so that over the summer I can call you and ask you questions about your application, check on you, make sure you have everything that you need from us. So your address, a lot of people use their school address, whether you use that or your home, it's fine. Your project title for your LIFT grant. So Frank came up with kind of a clever title here. You don't have to have something that's kind of catchy, but it does grab the attention of the volunteers and just gives us a peek into your creativity. So he asked us for slip-on tap shoes. So the title of his project is Tap into Your Full Potential. His school location, all 53 UCPS schools should be in a drop down here. So that should be no problem to find your school. His is an elementary project. So, and then the drop down for the empowered framework is connect, collaborate, create. So, or all three. So he's saying his project will help with all three of those. He lists his principal and what subject. So if for some reason your subject is not listed there, there's also a category for other, and then you'll get a pop-up that gives more information. So the number of students impacted by your project, and we ask for an exact number because we tally those and our LIFT grant totals so that we know over the years how many students we're actually helping. So this question, do you work with students on a daily basis? We ask that only because that's our definition of if you're a teacher or not. So hopefully the answer is yes. If you answer no, you need to give me a call because we'll have to check and make sure that you qualify to apply for our LIFT grant. So, and the number at the foundation office is 704-296-0725. So have you received a LIFT grant in the past? It's just a yes or no here. And you getting one in the past doesn't impact whether we give you one to the future. We've had teachers get 3 and 4 and 5 even. So so this LIFT grant amount requested, so just keep in mind that the LIFT grant is only $1,500 or less. So most of the awards are between $1,000 and $1,500. So if you're asking us in this field for more than $1,500, we're going to give you a call and let you know that you need to adjust your budget because the LIFT grant is only for $1,500. So will you accept partial funding? It's totally fine to say no here. We understand, like, if you don't get the full funding, you maybe can't do your project. So let's just say yes or no there. Where else have you applied for this project? It's a drop down here. So in this case, Frank didn't apply anywhere else last year. But I think that one of the options is the Union Power Bright Ideas. So we're just trying to make sure we don't duplicate services in the community. So if you say you're applying also to Union Power, we might check with them to see if they plan to award your project. And then please explain your idea. And over here, I have added, we suggest a minimum of 100 words just because sometimes we've gotten too short of answers. So we want you to be a little bit more robust, telling us exactly what your project is and what you plan to do. So what are your goals and objectives? One suggestion I have here is you could bullet this list with your goals in a bulleted list, or use whatever is available on your keyboard that works with our reviewer, the asterisks, or maybe a dash or a caret. So anyway, that could be an option just to make it visually easier to see exactly what your goals are. And then your timeline, this could also be by date. So let's say we get the money in October, we get the grant in October, we're gonna order the items in November, so all the way through till the end of the school year. So, and then please describe in detail how you plan to evaluate the project using the empowered framework. So have some detail there. And then list your principal's contact information below. So when you check this box, your principal's immediately going to get a message, an email from our reviewer service. So what I would suggest, as soon as you hit save at the bottom and that is sent, that you send your principal an email separately that comes from you saying, please check to see that you got this at this time of the day on this date. If you don't see it, check your spam folder because it might be there, because our service reviewer.com sometimes hits, especially the school spam folders. So the rest of the documents have to all be PDFs. So this is his itemized budget. We ask that you create a document, not just give us a copy and paste of an Amazon list, but actually create a Word document, save it as a PDF and upload it. We don't have, you can use whatever format works for you. Just give us as much detail as possible. I'll click on this, we'll see if it'll pull it for you all to view as well. It takes a minute. So your school name, a little bit about your project, and the detail down here in a table is perfect. We don't need any more than that. A letter of support from your principal is highly recommended. In 2023, we said optional, but now we say highly encouraged. So if you can have your principal sign a letter on school letterhead and upload it here, that is super appreciated and encouraged, because it just gives the volunteers a sense of trust that we know the principal is supportive as well and has an understanding of your project. So any additional comments you want to make down here is totally fine. Sometimes if we post about you on social media, we'll tag you, but I understand some people might not want to list their personal socials, or you don't have social media, that's totally fine. So, but if you want to list your school socials, then we can tag your school if you get the LIFT grant and we post about you. So a handful of people sometimes do the student endorsement video. It's kind of heartwarming. It gives us a real sense of the student impact, especially to see, students in an empty field where you want to put like an outdoor exercise lab or something. So that helps the volunteers kind of get a real picture of the need. But I hope that has been helpful and informative. Please reach out to me if you have any more questions about the LIFT grant, and I'd be happy to help you. Thanks so much.